Yo, what is up, my Nakama? So my name is Daniel, and I'm a current second-year medical student. And today is Thursday, August 13th. And today I'm going to be as productive as possible. I have a few things to do today, and I have my clinical skills today, which is going to be fun. So I'm just going to take you through my day, how I study, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So let's get to work. Boom. Okay, so first up this morning is Anki. It's how I start every morning. I'm gonna bang out all of my Anki for today, my reviews, my new cards, and then I'm gonna get to my class material. So let's go. Okay, so I just finished up all my Anki for the day, and it only took me about 30 or 40 minutes. I was really efficient today. I was in the zone, auto zone. Now I am going to go on a quick walk around the neighborhood because I like to just clear my mind once I finish my Anki because I am like super focused and really in the zone while doing my Anki. So I'll clear my mind and then I'll come back and watch some of the lectures from yesterday at like 2 times speed. So I'm currently on my Pulm block, my pulmonary unit in medical school, and we're actually kind of almost done with our pre-clinical studies. I mean, December is basically the last course that we have, and then we take step 1 in February, and then we start clinical rotations like a month after, which I can't believe is going to be happening. I mean, I don't feel like 100% ready for clinical rotations, but of course, I still have a lot to learn for the rest of the year, but that will certainly be an adventure that I will take you guys on. Okay, I'm gonna go for a quick walk and then continue with my day. Let's go. So I just received a pretty awesome email from a professor that works at UC Davis. He's a former NASA astronaut, and he agreed to present to our space medicine interest group about some of his research that he's been doing that's related to the International Space Station, which I'm so excited about. And if you didn't know, by the way, I have a space medicine interest group that I started last year because I am interested in aerospace medicine and potentially becoming a NASA flight surgeon. It's kind of one of my dreams. So I started a space medicine interest group because that group didn't exist. And there's been a few alums from Wake Forest actually who have gone on to become NASA astronauts and specialize in aerospace medicine. So yeah, pretty exciting things for the future of our club. And I'm super excited to host this Zoom meeting with this professor in order to discuss his research in collaboration with NASA. So that's going to be awesome. Now, something I have to do before lunch is actually review the material that we're going to cover during our clinical skills class. I kind of forgot what we're covering, but it's probably something Pulm related. But basically, clinical skills is when we practice actually being physicians, so interviewing patients and doing physical exam maneuvers. And each clinical skills class kind of covers a different section of certain portion of the physical exam. So for this second year of our medical school, it's actually more advanced maneuvers that we learn. So I need to go online on the website and review those advanced maneuvers and kind of prepare for class so that I don't come in just completely blank. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, prepare for clinical skills, and then I'm gonna eat lunch and continue with my day. Let's go. Okay, so I've got my awesome lunch here. Now, if you notice, I didn't eat breakfast, and that's because I practice intermittent fasting, which I've been doing for like 2 or 3 years now, and I just love this diet. And it's not really a diet, like I'm not changing what I eat, I'm just changing when I eat, because it really fits my busy schedule as a medical student. And I think there's research out there that kind of shows some of the benefits for weight loss specifically, which I can get into another video. But anyways, I'm also doing a 24-hour fast after this lunch. So that's why I'm trying to eat kind of a pretty massive and big lunch, just to kind of prepare myself for the 24-hour fast. And I do a 24-hour fast like once every 2 or 3 months, and I'll even occasionally do a 48-hour fast. And I just do it to kind of like, I guess, reset my diet, or just kind of for fun, really. I don't know why, it's a weird trait. But anyways, for lunch here, I cooked up some steak, and I have some frozen veggies that I heated, and I also have some shrimp with some onions, and I think these right here are like the kale gnocchi from Trader Joe's. Really good. So this is like the main portion of my lunch. Got some water, and I also made one of my favorite go-to like high protein snacks or meals. And what it is I mix Faye yogurt with a scoop of protein powder and add fruit in it. So you're getting, a ton of protein, ton of energy, both from the Faye yogurt and from the additional protein powder that you mix in. And kind of like regular Greek yogurt doesn't taste too good to me usually. Like I need more sweetness, and the protein powder definitely adds some more sweetness to it. I think I added like the double chocolate optimum nutrition protein powder or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my lunch and watch like half an episode of this K-drama I'm watching, which is called Reply 1988. And oh my god, I love Reply 1988 so much, because it feels like I'm actually in Korea in 1988. And this show, like, I think every episode I've cried, like, without a doubt, I've cried every single episode. That's how good it is. I'm like on episode 7, so I still have a few more episodes to finish up the series, so I'll probably be watching some more tonight. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat my lunch, watch Reply 1988, and then I'm gonna go get dressed and head on over to clinical skills at the hospital. So let's eat. Okay, so just to tide me over for the next 24 hours, I am gonna drink an espresso. I'm gonna have a Cliff Bar, peanut butter. I'm gonna have this little cheese circle. Now I'm gonna have some 2 awesome Russian snacks that my mom sent me through a care package. This right here is called Zephyr. It's kind of like a marshmallowy type thing. And this is a creme brulee flavored Zephyr. And these are so good. A lot of like Russian babushkas make them. These are called pryaniki, and they're kind of like doughy cookies that have usually fruity filling. Yeah, see, there's like a filling. I don't know what this one is. Oh, this one is hazelnut filling actually. So good, kind of like Nutella. Yeah, this is really gonna get me through the day. Yeah, so I'm gonna finish this, and then looking at the time, I gotta get dressed for clinical skills.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, so I just got back from clinical skills, and I'm a little bit tired, so I'm just kind of relax a little bit, go on a walk. But today's session was pretty cool. I feel like each time I go to clinical skills, I get a little bit better, like in terms of being an actual physician. Because like I remember the first time I had clinical skills and I talked with my first patient, it was so awkward, and the patient knew, like, well, I prefaced that this is my first interview ever as a medical student, and she was so nice. I will never forget it. But today was pretty cool. So we went to the neurology ward, and so there was a lot of patients who suffered from like neurological deficits, like strokes and stuff, and I was lucky enough, my patient allowed me to do like an entire cranial nerve exam, like cranial nerves 1 through 12. Well, one is the ophthalmic nerve, which is like your sense of smell, which is kind of hard to test in clinic, but I think usually you have like a little coffee swab or strip and you kind of like hold it up to their nose. But I went through like the cranial nerves, and then we had a little presentation, like as though we are presenting to like our attending or whatever the current findings of the patient. It's called like a SOAP note, which stands for like subjective, objective assessment and plan. It's kind of like how you plan to treat the patient and like what they're going through today at the hospital. And you kind of talk a little bit about what brought them into the hospital as well. So it was really cool. And fortunately, the patient that I had, she's doing really well and is going to be discharged today. So that's always fantastic to hear. But yeah, and we were in like full PPE and stuff, wearing face masks and face shields and all that jazz. But yeah, so now I'm just kind of gonna relax a little bit, and then I'm skipping dinner because I'm doing my 24-hour fast, which I'm a little bit hungry, but you know, there's a certain point in the fast where you kind of like get over it, and things are good. But I'm probably just gonna drink a lot of water to try and curb my appetite a little bit, and maybe some tea. But then I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon just doing like hardcore lecture and learning. Nothing really too fancy or too exciting, because I am a little bit behind on lectures because I've been doing a lot of third-party materials like Boards and Beyond and Sketchy rather than my lecture material. So I want to kind of try and catch up on lectures today. But yeah, that's the plan for this afternoon. So I better get to work. Okay, so actually I had an assignment to do before I even started reviewing lectures. So usually after clinical skills, oh, and also I'm just kind of shirtless because it's hot up here, so don't mind that. But anyways, I have an assignment that usually happens after clinical skills. So this is the HPI, the history of present illness. And basically like we write up a patient note. So this wasn't the patient that was actually on the ward. We had kind of like a mock interview with one of our instructors. And from that information, we write the HPI. And basically, this was a patient that presented to the clinic with like excessive acute bruising, as well as like a weird rash on her ankles. And I need to kind of do a little bit of research to come up with a differential diagnosis, but I feel like this might be like CML potentially, or something cancerous or dysplastic in nature, like chronic myelogenous leukemia. Unfortunately, because of like, I mean, there's like really common illnesses that can cause excessive bruising, like platelet disorders, or von Willebrand disease is a very common, actually the most common bleeding related disorder, where you basically, your von Willebrand factor is just ineffective. So like even when you're brushing your teeth, or if you have like a wisdom tooth removed, you're just going to have so much excessive bleeding. But she didn't really present with any of those previous common findings, and she's 37 years old, so it is kind of suspicious that it might be some sort of leukemia or something worse than a common disease, unfortunately. But that's kind of what I have to go through, and I have to like present my case and why I think that should be on the differential diagnosis. But yeah, I'm just kind of writing it up on here. I have my notes on my iPad and my notes on my computer here, and then I'm going to submit that. And then I'm probably going to do some mobility work, so today, by the way, is my off day for calisthenics, Thursdays. And on my off days, I like to do flexibility and mobility training, not so much strength-based or resistance work, because I do like to give my muscles a little bit of rest before my next full body workout. But yeah, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll show you guys a little bit of my mobility routine. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty much my productive day today. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you learned a little bit something about what medical school is like and what it's like to become a physician. It's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting stuff, I got to admit. And yeah, now I'm basically just doing a face mask to relax and moisturize. I've definitely been on my skincare routine ever since I met Christina and she introduced me to the wonders of Korean skincare. This mask isn't a Korean face mask, it's just a regular face mask, but a lot of the Korean face mask brands are so good and they're a lot cheaper than like American brands. Like you can get like 10 Korean face masks for like $10 at a Korean store, but like at Walmart it's like $5 for one. Man, it's such a rip off. But basically, what I like to do now at night is I know screen time is kind of bad and blue light or whatever, but you know, I need to watch my Reply 1988 because I'm busy throughout the entire day, besides lunchtime, really. So I'm going to continue watching the episode that I was watching during lunch of Reply 1988. If you haven't watched any Korean dramas or you're looking for a new one and you have not seen Reply 1988 yet, then you must watch this one because it's so good and I just love all the characters in it. And I'm excited to see what this current episode has in store. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Stay strong and stay healthy, everyone. And as always, Dattebayo.